This is Tom Loy with 247Sports and IrishIllustrated.com, here with Fort Wayne, Indiana, Northside, four-star safety, receiver, do-it-all athlete, Brauntae Johnson. At this time, when this gets released, you're going to be committed. So tell everybody where you're headed and actually what went into that decision.
So in 2 weeks, I'll be announcing my commitment to Notre Dame. And, really, like, everything that planned into that situation, it was really just, like, built up, honestly, from the Florida trip that I went to with my trainer, Dre Muhammad, and talking to pro guys, seeing pro guys, and seeing how they go about things and seeing where I fit with them. And, after that, coming back to Fort Wayne and linking up with former Irish players, as in Jalen Smith, I linked up with him. So it was really like a lot of stuff that went into it, and just a lot of guidance from older people and a lot of guidance from my family and just people around. So, that was really the biggest thing that went into the decision.
Tell me about the moment you told Marcus Freeman you wanted to, play for him and head to Notre Dame. What was that moment like?
Oh yeah, it was really a sincere moment. Just being in that room with him and my mom, my family, and Coach Freeman, and just telling them, like, the way over. Really, this is where I want to be, and I want to be here for the next 3 to 4 years. And it was just a sincere moment, really. Just at that time, like, it felt like a major relief, and it just felt like it brought happiness to me. Just, from Notre Dame being my dream school, is something I always wanted. And, I just put the work in and believed, and it all came. So it was really a sincere and happy moment for me.
What was his reaction when you told him?
Oh yeah, so they were all pretty much like, they all had the same reaction. They didn't want me to leave that campus without committing, and that was the main goal for them. And when I told him, he gave me a big hug. Like, when I told him, he gave me a big hug. He was like, he was like, just telling me he's proud, and like, I don't even know like what I did for my future by just committing to Notre Dame. And he was just saying he's proud of me, really. And for people like me that looks like him to be able to be in a position to have to better their future and change their future, change their family perspective. So it's really, he was just letting me know how proud of me he was.
Most schools are recruiting you to play receiver. They've made it very clear since day one they want you at safety. How did that impact your decision, and why do you want to go play safety for Chris OLeary and Al Golden and all those guys?
So really, playing safety, it really impacted my decision by just like what I said earlier, just the guidance of the older people, the guidance of my trainer, my dad, former players, and it really just took into play as in, like, how long do I want to stay in the league? How long do I want to last? And what am I better at? What am I more natural at? And I took all that into perspective. And then, like, really, when I had got hurt in Florida, I really took that in perspective too, because, like, I was just thinking, like, is receiver really for me? Like, I could play DB, I could play safety, and then that's when I talked to older guys. So it was really it was a lot, honestly, about playing safety, but it was really just more of the fact of what can I do and be better at for a longer time than,
What is it about Chris OLeary that made you comfortable to want to play for him and be in his room for the next 3 to 4 years?
Really just being around him, and like, he's a young coach, so he's not like an old head coach. He's a young coach. I can relate to him. I can have fun with him, and it's just the relationship that me and him have. It's like two friends, really, like a older brother and a big brother, and he's just helping me get to where I want to be. And doing that with somebody I can relate with, it's just, I feel like it's a better situation, honestly. And the guys he had produced and the guys that he had produced had a lot of in common to me. Like, most of the safeties that played for him also played receiver in high school, also played different positions. So it's really just like the situation, and then me being able to relate to him and, you know, just have a good relationship.
A couple other guys I wanted to ask you about. Director of Recruiting Chad Bowden. What was your relationship like with him? How did he impact your decision? And just kind of talk about that relationship. I know he relates really well with guys your age, so kind of talk about that relationship a little bit.
Oh yeah, with Chad it was more of a, like, you know, like, we want you here now, like, come on man, what we gotta do. And, you know, Chad, that's another guy, he's pretty young, he's energetic, you know, we was with Chad most of our official visit, so we had a lot of fun with him, and, you know, it's just another relationship to where we can, you know, have fun and still know what our end goal is and still know what we're trying to accomplish, and we can relate to him, you know, honestly, that's what I said, we can relate to him.
And then what about defensive coordinator Al Golden, just your talks with him throughout the process, especially during the official visit? Like, what were those like? And did he tell you what he liked about your game and how he'd use you? You know, what were some of the things he said?
So with Al Golden, we had a meeting, and, you know, he was just showing me, like, some of my film of space tackling, like open field tackling. And, you know, he said that he liked, like, my technique and stuff, and how I could open field tackle. And then he just showed me some X and O's about it, about the drills he does for stuff like that, about things he would do with me at safety, and just about how the Notre Dame defense and just how good it is and schemes they run, plays they run, and how they utilize people from out of it.
And then we're obviously here at Traction in Fort Wayne. Dre Muhammad, his staff, how did they impact you over the last couple of years working with them and helping you develop? Like, you know, what kind of impact did they make?
I'd say it made a huge impact, just being around Traction and being around the people that they bring around, you know. Just, I remember coming to Traction my 8th grade year and getting ready for my freshman year, and we were at the old building, the Summit, and, you know, Dre was just telling me, like, we gotta get you ready for next year. And I just remember how, like, I just trusted the process and kept training, and I could just see results. And not only for me, like, I've seen results from other players, from everybody who came through here, and just the guidance that Traction has for me, you know, and the positions that they're putting me in, the platforms that they're putting me on. So it's really a huge impact just being a part of Traction and being a high player part of Traction. And I'm grateful for it and I'm blessed for it, because, you know, without this program, without these guys, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now, like, as far as recruiting wise and the type of player I am. So, you know, I'm just really grateful and blessed to be a part of Traction for sure.
And then lastly, if you were going to talk to Notre Dame fans across the country, you know, what kind of player can they expect out of you? What kind of person, leader, can they expect when you get on campus in South Bend?
You know, player, what type of player? Energetic player, high-level player, impactful player. Like, I look to come and make an impact winning. Personal-wise and leader-wise, you know, just really somebody just there to have fun in their home state, put on for their home state, have fun, have a little swag with it, and, you know, really just give Notre Dame fans a great 3 to 4 years of my time.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats again on the Notre Dame commitment for Fort Wayne Northside. 4-star athlete Brauntae Johnson. I'm Tom Loy. Stay locked to 247 Sports and IrishIllustrated.com.